Hey, welcome everybody. My name is Guido Bonelli, the inventor of the Dr.Duino starter kit for the Arduino Uno. And today I have something really special that I want to share with you guys. I've been lucky enough to have known someone in the maker area, specifically in the wearable market, who makes a really very cool, she has a very cool take on the entire wearable movement. And I'm lucky enough to have an interview with her. Her name is Tenaya Conklin. And I think you guys are really going to enjoy this. So make sure you stick around to the end of the video because we have a very cool announcement to make. All right, so without further ado, here's Tenaya. This is Tenaya Conklin, right? Did I say that right? Okay, and it used to be Tenaya Hurst, but you're now married. Congratulations, that's wonderful. And I think you and I had met when probably 2008, 9? No, it had to be later than that, right?
I think it was 2014.
Was it really?
At New York Maker Fair.
Okay, so that was, wow, that was not even close, huh? Yeah, so that was for the Dr.Duino, I think, yeah, that's right. That's when I initially launched the Dr.Duino thing. So
And we didn't take a picture together. I looked.
Oh, really? Yeah, we didn't. You know, it's funny, what actually brought me over to your booth was your wearable, which was, you made a thing before it was actually a thing for your dog. And I forget, like the rope lighting, what you called it something, and I can't remember what that was.
Well, it's an Arduino wiener dog, so it's Arduini.
Arduini, that's right. That's right. Yeah, that was really ingenious. Actually, that's blinking lights, I think, fascinates everybody. Definitely brought me in. So yeah, so that's how Tenaya and I had met, and so I'm really excited to have her here with us today, and kind of we have some cool announcements, and I want to give Tenaya the stage here a bit and kind of talk about your background a bit. So I know that you had worked at Arduino for a while. So maybe you could talk a bit about that and tell us what it was like working at Arduino.
Certainly. Well, I met the CEO at the time at Maker Fair in San Mateo, and it was just one of those super awesome things where the guys had just announced they were making the Yun. And I'd barely even known what an Arduino was at that point. Like, I'd known about it for like a few months. And
Sure.
so when I heard about this Yun, I was like, oh, wow, that kind of answers the whole, like, the Raspberry Pi crowd, that they wanted to use Arduinos more. And at least what I was told is that Yun is sort of a combo of that, and that obviously it would be Wi-Fi and all these other possibilities. So I just walked up to the table, and that year it was like literally just like a table with a tablecloth, and I said, hey, I really love this. I'm into education. I love writing curriculum. And the CEO was like, I like you. And so
And which CEO was that at the time?
so this is Federico.
Yeah.
And he just was like, yeah, I would love to have you on the team. And so over the course of about 4-ish years, my role was a lot of different things, but I was called Education Accounts Manager, and I was also Chief Booth Babe. And and being the only US employee, many events we would go to, and obviously I wasn't maybe the most knowledgeable. I mean, I knew what I knew, but I speak American English. So,
Right.
a lot of the people would come to me first because they would understand me the most. And then some of the super knowledgeable guys, of course, Europeans are amazing. They know way more English than we know other languages.
Yeah, absolutely.
But I could help out in that way. And then I got to travel. I got to make content. We at the time we were working on this amazing book that didn't actually end up getting published under the Arduino brand, but I still worked on it. And it's like this 80 DIY kit book, and it's so amazing. So
That's
experience.
bad that it hasn't come to fruition.
I know it's sometimes you do work for companies where projects just don't get to exist, but it was really great. I got to meet the guys at Nordic, ST Micro, of course, Atmel Microchip. So I got all these really great, experiences doing big events, and it was just really, really great experience.
So now you have your own brand, right? Which is Rogue Making.
I do.
And maybe, so right now you're just kind of getting back to that, right? And putting, kind of your heart and soul into it. So why don't you walk us through that a bit? What does Rogue Making look like today? And what does it maybe kind of look like a year from now?
Definitely. Well, it really actually even just started at the tech museum when my girlfriends and I were like, hey, we're teaching all these kids how to do these cool things during the day. We should do something. So then it was like sort of this email where we're like, let's go rogue tonight and make late in the museum and like take over. And we call it, it's called the Tech Shop, their makerspace there. So different than the tech shop. But so we're like, let's meet in the tech shop and go rogue. So when I said, oh, I want to make some kits from some of these workshops I've been teaching, I was like, hey gals, do you mind if I use this name, rogue, and then I assume making? And they're like, go for it. So so for years I've just been, doing kits, doing workshops here and there, a lot of like public speaking and performing and all kinds of fun stuff. So today I'm just really like selling on Etsy, selling at Maker Faire, doing a couple summer camps. I kind of have like a surge in Halloween and Christmas time because we do like LED costumes and I love a good ugly Christmas sweater party.
Absolutely, who doesn't?
And then a year from now, I really would finally love to get some of my projects out there in publishing. And I have a few publishers I want to work with. And I just still want to be making curriculum and helping like train the trainers more. And just keep getting some fun making happening out there.
That's awesome. That's really awesome. I've been following your stuff for a while, and again, kind of touching on you had gotten married recently, and you had made this really incredible dress, right? Which had some incredible lighting built into it, which was really very cool. And so yeah, so it seems to me like you're kind of more onto the wearable avenue of things, right? And that's kind of what makes you tick, right? I mean, would you
Definitely.
definitely?
And I've done some fashion shows too in the past where it's like all of a sudden I need 12 models to wear stuff, and that really means you have to make like 15 things in case things don't fit people or things break. So I definitely love making wearables, and I loved making the wedding dress. I do have some videos that are admittedly long, but it's showing my process of making it. And I mostly use lily pad, wires, some of the conductive thread and sewing. So it was a big combo.
Very cool. Very cool. So you have this wedding dress that has tons of lights inside of it, and I know that you have some other stuff, which I don't think we can mention right now, right?
I don't know if we can. It's something we're cooking up, but
Something we're cooking up. But I think
similar.
Yeah. Some what? What?
Well, it's something similar because to make my wedding dress, I did have to do some soldering, and I also had to do some sewing.
Very cool. Yeah. So we Rogue Making and Dr.Duino, we're kind of cooking something up, and we're not quite ready to release that to you guys just yet. I think in our next video we'll be ready, right? But it's definitely going to be a fun kit that I think you guys will all love, and it's going to be available pretty much right away, right? I mean, you're ready to go.
We're ready.
That's very cool. All right, so I just want to thank you very much for coming on to the show, and let's next time we're gonna kind of unleash the beast, and we're gonna show you guys what we have for you. Until then.
Yes, nice to meet all of you. Thanks, Doctor.
Bye.